Okay, guys, so let's see. Are we recording? Yes, sir. All right, cool. Guys, I wanted to make this video because success is not fancy. And the reason why I'm making this video, guys, is because so many times I see people, they're trying to find the magic bullet. They're trying to find the magic. They're trying to find the one thing that's going to just take their business to the next level. And what I've come to find in my 10 years of being, working for myself, what I've realized is success is not fancy at all, and it's just repeated actions every single day. And this is something that I realized, right? And a lot of times, what will people do is they will uh, they will plan. They'll say, "Oh, I'm gonna make a plan so I can blah blah blah," or "I'm gonna do this so I can blah blah blah." And a lot of times, what happens is they end up not doing shit. They make a plan, they forget about the plan, and this is just a high. This is a high that they're getting from acting like they're going forward. You know, people get caught up in this planning stuff so much that they actually forget about, hey, I actually have to really be successful. Like, that's why I'm doing this. And what ends up happening is this analyzing so much that they sabotage themselves with planning and trying to buy a cool website and trying to blah, 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 trying to just do all this stuff. And like, if I get somebody come to me again and they say, yo, I'm going to make a plan for my blank business, dude, I'm just going to like hang up, because what I've learned is that people that always talk about plans never actually are successful. And I've literally people that are always like, so this is a good success tip. If you find yourself saying, I'm going to make a plan, then if you find yourself saying that a lot, then you are sabotaging yourself. Legit. You're legit sabotaging yourself. If you're saying, I'm going to make a plan more than 10 times, then you're sabotaging yourself. If you're somebody that has jumped from business to business to business, you're sabotaging yourself. If you don't have like a main source of income, sometimes people, what they'll do also, another way that they sabotage is they will do a bunch of different businesses and say, oh, I'm just going to work on this, then I'm going to work on this business, then I'm going to work on this business, and I'm going to give each business like 3 hours. But man, see, I've done all that stuff. So like, I actually know about this. So you're not talking to a guy that hasn't done this stuff before. You're literally talking to a guy that has done all this. So, yeah. God, I love water. So, guys, you're literally talking to a guy that's done all of this in his lifetime. And it's very deceiving. Sometimes you could just be doing this stuff and you're like, no, I'm not doing that. But in the back of your mind, you're like, oh, fuck, I could be doing that, you know? And some of you may be like, oh, I love planning. You need to plan. You need a plan to make a building. You need a plan to make a la. You need a plan to build a good body. But if you focus on the plan too much, if you focus on the action of planning too much, you will never have the result that you want. That's just simple. So I encourage you to figure out what works and then take action. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Okay, formula for success: find out what works, find out exact process down to the last detail, rinse and repeat the process. So number one, find out what works. Okay, is it 150 calls a day? Is it 200 calls a day? Is it 35 appointments to get 6 houses under contract? What is it? What are the numbers? So you want to write out the numbers, so there's nothing emotional about it. It's just like, okay, if I do 200,000 calls a week, 200 calls a day, then I will, I'll get 3 appointments a day, and then, and then I will close on 3 houses per week. I'll get 3 houses under contract per week. And it's literally, and then, okay, but then out of those 3, I close 1. So then you would get 12 houses under contract per month, and then you would close on 4 of the houses that month, And then, so you figure out exactly what the numbers are down to the last detail. When I used to door knock, my minimum was 150 calls or 150 door knocks. I would get 3 appointments a day. That's what I would try and do, about 3 appointments a day, and then close on 1 to 2 properties per week. So that means I would get a property under contract, at least 1 per week, and then 2 per week, and then sell out of 2 per week. That'd be 8 properties. I would sell 4 properties out of the 8 under contract. And that was what I used to do. And boy, that was a grind. But guys, literally, I knew exactly how much action I had to take per day so that I could sell 4 properties a month repeatedly. And here's another example. RVMs 5 times per week. I had a list that I used to hit. I used to drop an RVM 1 time per day, set at least 5 appointments a day, close on 1 per week. My goals were very, I don't remember exactly how much, though. I think that was about what I used to do. My goals were very low, but, I knew exactly the actions I needed to take so that I could be successful and advance. Okay, so this is another example. When I first started buying and selling diabetic products, I would do 4 hours of talking, reaching out to customers a day. So I would literally just, for 4 hours straight, I would just reach out, I would answer every single text, every single message. I would place ads every single day. And then I would put up 200 bandit signs a week. And I did this, oh my God, I did this like 7 days a week. And I remember doing it all myself. I used to make like $500 a day. It was amazing. It was awesome, but it was very, very stressful. And I used to do this every fucking day, and then I would have 200 bandit signs per week. But I knew it every single day. There was no guessing for me, guys. I didn't have to guess about anything. I knew that if I did these things, I would get this result. And the reason why I'm making this whole thing is because, you guys you guys think that, one, you have to figure out, okay, how can I get ahead of everybody else? 1, you need to figure that one out. 2, what kind of lifestyle do I want to live? Do I want, how much money do I want to make? How much money do I need for the lifestyle that I'm gonna have? Okay? These are questions that you should ask yourself. Okay? How much do I want to make per day? That was a game changer when I was like, okay, I want to make this much per day. When I thought in terms of how much money I want to make per day, I'm like, I started thinking way bigger, and I started doing a lot different my actions were different when I started thinking that way. And guys, I'm just giving you examples here, but so many times people will come to me and they will say, yeah, Mike, I got this plan, and I'm going to do this per day, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to get this, and I'm going to have this, and I'm going to la 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 la. And they literally, a month later, they'll come back to me and they'll say, you know, I think I'm going to do this, I think I'm going to do this, and I think I'm going to do this. And I understand, like, if you are just getting started, but what people fail to do is they fail to figure out their exact process and what it takes to get one result, and they don't stick to that process repeatedly. So they might figure out, okay, if I do 1,000 calls a week, then I can make $3,000 to $4,000 per week, and then I can make $12,000 per month. They might think that they might they might figure that out, but they don't stick to the process. They just don't stick to it, and this is a big thing. But more importantly, people don't even figure that out. They're just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna make calls. Oh, from 9 to 6, I'm gonna make calls. You literally should know down to the detail how many texts, how many calls it will take to close one person. And you should be relentless in taking action on those things. And literally every single business I've ever been in, the biggest game changer that I had is when I was coaching with a gentleman named Gary John Bishop. He actually wrote the book Unfuck Yourself, and he's got multiple books too as well. Stop Doing That Shit. I think that was the second book, and then he had a third, Wisdom. Wise as Fuck. That's right. That's his third. All his books. I suggest anybody that is interested in that kind of self development, I highly suggest you look at his stuff. But I remember we literally went. He coached me for 9 months, and we would get on a call every single day, and we we literally figured out a system for every single result in my life. So we would figure out, like, okay, so it would be like, okay, this is how many dates, this is how many dates I want to get per week, and this is how many girls I want to meet per week, and then we would figure out. Well, he didn't really work with me on that, but I kind of figured that out for myself. Okay, this is how many girls I need to be talking to per week to get this many dates per week, so that I can meet, a girl that I like, whatever. And then out of 5 girls, how many girls do I actually really like? And then, those are just like examples. But okay, how many, even with other things, how many times did I work out this week? What did I eat? Everything is totally measured. And we would literally figure out for every single part of my life, we would literally figure out down to the last detail of how I would get results. And then on the flip side of that, we would figure out exactly if I did blank, like if I took one day off, how many days did it actually take for me to get my momentum back? And we actually did that down to a science. And like if I took one day off, let's say out of 5 days, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Monday to Friday, if I took one day off, we figured out in real estate, it took me 2 weeks to gain back all of my momentum. And I don't even remember how exactly we did that, but we figured that out. So I literally knew if I didn't take action, then I would be behind 2 weeks immediately. So I say all that to say that you need to know down to the last detail what gets you results. And then you need to know down to the last detail what if you do something bad or something wrong, what will get you those results that are bad. And I'll reach out to him and I'll figure out like how that worked out. because I feel like that was such a great thing that we talked about. But the main thing here is, guys, when it comes to success, okay, how you know it's so success can be so linear. Okay, so uh, what kind of girls do I want to meet? Okay, where are they at? They're going to be in yoga studios. They're going to be at maybe like business opportunities. They're going to be at what kind of girls do I want to meet? Okay, okay, so where do I go? So I go those places. It's literally success and results can be so linear that it's kind of funny, right? Literally, it's like, okay, these are the kind of people that I want to be around. What events do I go to? Go there. Okay, you follow what I'm saying? Okay, this is how much muscle I want to gain. Okay, so I go to the gym 4 times a week. I take this supplement. I take this supplement. I get this many calories, and then I have this much muscle. And I say all that stuff because you guys, success is not fancy. This is why I'm telling you, success is not fancy. It's literally down to the numbers. Most things in your life, you can literally break everything down to a number when it comes to results. Now, when it comes to love, that's a whole different game. I'm not a dating coach, um, but there's definitely actions that you can take that will make a difference for your life inside of dating, and and you can even break that stuff down. And I'm sure there's dating coaches out there that break those kinds of things down. Hats off to them. But literally, success is not fancy, guys, and I want you guys to really understand this because I'm tired of you guys coming to me saying, okay, I have this plan. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this. Okay, maybe I need to make a plan. I need to find out how to do it. But really, guys, you don't want to spend so much time on the plan. You want to spend time on the action so that you can get real world awareness. Because, yeah, okay, I know it takes 150 calls a day. But what did I learn inside of those calls is that, like, I knew when they were closable. I knew if they were somebody that is a good candidate for me. And I knew immediately if I could help somebody. Like, I just knew it. And yeah, and the same thing with when I was doing managing Airbnbs as well. I knew exactly when I could help somebody. I would figure out how much they're making now, how much they can make, what uh, you know, what would they be able to do that they couldn't do by me just managing their property. And these are things that I would always think of, but I had to actually go on these appointments to figure this out. I had to make the calls. I had to get into conversations with people. I had to place the ads. I had to place the bandit signs. I had to reach out to my customer base. I had to have the conversation. This is all awareness. So if you don't get started, then nothing will ever happen. Okay? So, yeah, I just wanted to make a quick video on that. And, guys, like, literally, like, none of this stuff is, like, you can buy these programs and, you'll think that they have the magic bullet. But a lot of times, guys, it's just basic stuff. Not saying that it's not worth it. Um, but there's awarenesses at different levels that at higher levels that you won't know if you're just beginning. That's why it's really important to have a mentor. So that's why like I'm about to hire another mentor. Like I've literally had oh man, I've had coaches all year this last year basically. I had mentors all last year, man. I've literally I've hired high value help, and it's just so funny, guys. Really, like when it comes down to a lot of this stuff is just basic basic actions, guys, basic things. And people aren't willing to keep doing these actions every single day. So, yeah, guys, hope you're having a good day. And this was really a pleasure of mine to bring this to you. And yeah, I just want to tell you guys that like success is not fancy at all, man. Like it's really, you look at all these people and you're like, oh man, yeah, success and blah blah blah, and wow, they're so gifted and they're so la la la. But really, it really comes down to being mentally strong enough to be able to follow through with these basic actions every single day. No matter how you're feeling. So that's that, guys. Have a great day.